very important.
It is.
And what about and medical devices?
If a person is on medical devices, they certainly should have those checked for Y2K compliance.
Good advice. And then in terms of just handling our own family first aid medical needs, a well-stocked first aid kit makes a lot of sense.
Should be prepared. The Boy Scouts are, so we should obviously have our own first aid kit and know how to use it. And you can get good first aid books in the library. You can buy them on at every bookstore. Those are readily available. And the Red Cross gives free classes usually in the communities.
Wonderful courses, CPR, a whole lot of things. Exactly. And then handling our own personal hygiene, just like we do at the grocery store with our non-perishable and canned goods, we should make sure that we've got our shampoos Absolutely. And toilet paper
our
and soaps, razors, extra things. Like you said, buy what you use what you buy, just do more.
Let's do more of it. Make sure we have our antacids and our cold and allergy medications because they give some comfort to us. And my wife says you can't have too much toilet paper.
Well, and your wife is right.
Okay.
So I see you've got some tools out here too.
We should have tools to help us because the repair services may not be readily available in the timing that we select. So be able to make minor repairs in our own home, have the tools, and know what to do with them.
Might be hard to get much help.
There are plenty of good books that will help you know what to do next. They're available at the bookstores and in the libraries.
A little self-sufficiency will go a long ways
Absolutely.
During this time. And what about transportation, too?
Make sure your car is Y2 compliant. You can call a dealer you bought it from usually, and they can help you with that. And make sure that you drive on the top half of the tank, not the F mark.
Maybe fill up on New Year's Eve with 99.
Right. So, and then make sure you have some alternate kind of transportation also, if necessary. And a bicycle is a good investment.
Most efficient form of transportation there is.
It's true. The cheapest one to own, and the titles are very, very inexpensive each year to renew. So we want to make sure that people have mobility.
Yeah.
And in order to have mobility, another thought is having your paperwork in order, your passports if necessary, your working permits. Make sure your will is up to date and that your contracts are clean and clear and without cloud, and that you can continue to operate and collect or pay, whichever is necessary. Make sure your certificate for your title is available, and your property taxes, etc., are all taken care of. Insurance is prepaid if you possibly can, your life insurance, your health insurance, etc. Make sure you have your bank statements for the past few months, year if possible. You cancel checks because they're proof that you've paid. And then just have all kinds of financial records on your investments, your stock investments, your 401k, etc. Make sure you are ready to prove your entitlements. And that would include your Social Security, etc.
That's very important protection. And then we should have probably a little bit of cash on hand.
Well, you know, cash is spoken throughout the country, and if you have some, then it makes it a lot easier to be mobile.
Probably throughout the galaxy. In case ATM should be hard to not functioning, at least even for a few days, that would be having some cash on hand would be very important.
Well, even if everybody rushes to the ATM to get money, you will still have some, because it's probably more being out of stock than it is out of order.
Exactly. And, well, James, this has been fantastic. I mean, to break preparedness down into category by category really simplifies it and makes it easy to understand and easy to understand how to proceed.
Well, if you take it a step at a time, it's certainly doable. If you try to do it all at once, it's overwhelming. So we urge people to look at the categories, start, set priorities, and then make that commitment, because once they make the commitment, it's easily focused on.
Better to be safe than sorry. And now we know how to begin those steps.
If one is truly prepared, there is no emergency for him.
So let's review some of the key areas that you're going to want to implement for your Y2K personal preparedness plan. Organize food storage for at least several weeks and up to 1 year for your family's preparedness plan. Store at least 2 weeks of water for each person in the family. Then be prepared to treat water as you go with bleach, boiling, or filters. Lighting can be handled with a variety of options, from long-burning candles, kerosene lanterns, and solar units. For heating, you can use kerosene, wood, or propane. Cooking is simple with basic camp stoves, grills, and other easy-to-use stove devices. Also, keep a disaster preparedness kit, including a complete first aid kit and personal hygiene supplies and medications. And don't forget to have copies of all your important legal and financial records, as well as some cash, stored in a fireproof safe box.
Now you've heard how the year 2000 problem can affect the personal aspects of your daily life. This program is part of an effort to encourage everyone to do their own research, utilize all the resources available to them, and to start early and begin preparing now.
You know, there's a tendency to think of Y2K as only a problem or a disruption or even a crisis. But we have the opportunity to turn this into an advantage or a benefit. For one thing, we're going to be looking at technology a lot more closely than we ever have before in terms of the risks and how best to manage those risks, not only with computers, but also with nuclear energy and pollution and a variety of other areas. And we're also going to be putting priorities back in the right places, I think, because even though technology has done a lot of wonderful things for us, we're beginning to learn that if there's a disruption, what really matters to us are the relationships, particularly family-level relationships. We're certainly not going to be able to get through Y2K alone. At the very least, it's going to take family cooperation. But beyond that, we're going to need cooperation between families within the community. Communities will have to cooperate with one another. States and indeed even countries will have to cooperate to get through Y2K properly. If we can do all of that, we're going to find that Y2K has done something wonderful for us, and we're going to be much better off after Y2K than even now. Thanks very much for watching.